tonight, I am just going to throw together a beef stew and put it in the crock pot, and my husband can get it started tomorrow. Basically, I just do whatever I've got on hand. I've got stew meat, I've got some carrots, I went ahead and cut up some potatoes, I've got some onions. I'm not going to put this in, this is the mushrooms. We'll put the mushrooms in tomorrow as I'm coming home. That way, there's still... Otherwise, I got pieces and they will probably dissolve if I were to put these in. I've got beef stock, and then I've just got some herbs de Provence, just what I have on hand, so you can use any seasoning you've got. But I'll show you how I load it into the crock pot, because I will do this a certain way so that these potatoes, since they're going to go in the refrigerator, won't turn brown. So this is a trick I learned a long time ago. I used to do a lot of make-ahead meals. And the trick with this, and I'm just going to use my spray bottle of olive oil, is you spray oil on this. And I'm also putting them in the bottom. So we're just going to do that. And keep in mind, they're potatoes. So I'm going to salt. You'll also see I'm going to do some seasoning on pretty much every layer. I am using my 4-quart. I thought if I did this, it would make sure, it would force me to not overcook. We had leftover night tonight because I literally still have lasagna and soup. So I came home from work today and cleaned floors and vacuumed and moved stuff around, but I did not cook. So I'm trying to still make it so that we don't overcook. So I'm just going to dump the carrots. This is just what we have left. And that's all that I'm going to do. And we do like the carrots. I'm going to put in the onion. See, I'm still making sure that I am not overfilling this crock pot. Trying. And the final thing is I've got almost 1.5 pounds of stew meat. Now, I could brown this if I wanted to. I just don't care. See what I'm doing here? I'm getting close. All right. So now we're going to salt again. And when I come home tomorrow, I'll show you, but I will make a slurry with flour or with cornstarch and mix it in. And I'm going to pour in some beef broth, just enough. All the vegetables, everything else are going to give Alf some liquid. So I'm not overdoing it on that. Maybe a little over 1/2 cup. And I'm going to go back in with my seasoning. This isn't so much of a recipe. This is just an idea. If, you need to do it the night before. It's like I said, my husband is off tomorrow, but I work. So I will be calling him before noon and saying, start the crock pot. And I probably won't be home till after 6. Between 6 and 7. I'm supposed to get off work at 6, but there's a chance that I might leave early. And I am going to cheat. I said I wasn't going to do anything else, but this is Slap You Mama. I'm not doing a lot. This just gives you a little bit of flavor. And that's it. That's how simple I'm going to go. And there's still room in here. I can still put the lid on. And as I said, this is going to cook down. So by the time I get home, my husband's taken the mushrooms and put them on top, probably an hour. I'll figure out by then, about an hour before I leave, and I do work almost an hour away. So I'll come home and I will show you how we'll finish this off. And I just still have some brown bread. I also have a loaf of sourdough. So whatever we want, and we'll have some beef stew tomorrow night. Really simple, really easy. So as you know, I don't do this very often. This is my crazy when I come home from work. So I've got the crock pot loaded right here, full of everything for the beef stew. I'm gonna take my measuring cup. I have cornstarch. We're gonna add a tablespoon and a half. And I've got beef stock. You want to do this while this is cold because it mixes better. Give it a good mix. See how easily this mixes in? You want to do this rather than just putting it in here, otherwise you'll have a clumpy mess. We're just going to pour that in. I'm going to go change clothes, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like. So, all nice and thick, and this is less than 5 minutes after I put the slurry in. And my husband added the mushrooms about an hour or so ago on my way home. So we're going to have this with some bread, and that is dinner tonight. Thanks for joining me. Tonight I'm going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do an upside down pizza in a cast iron skillet. So I have my pizza crust. I've got some canned mushrooms. Basically, this is any toppings you want to do. I did pepperoni. I didn't do sausage tonight because I'm going to make a breakfast casserole in the morning with sausage. And that's enough sausage for me. I've got some pizza sauce. I've got an onion and some yellow pepper. I'm going to slice that up, some of it, and we're going to go ahead and cook that in the skillet prior to putting all the rest of the ingredients in. I just have a few slices of the provolone cheese. I just want it out of my refrigerator and to use it. Some grated parm, and then I've got the creamy melt mozzarella and some olive oil. So come along with me tonight and let's throw some dinner on after Thanksgiving. So I have gone ahead and I'm going to start my cast iron. I don't have a 12-inch. I have my 12-inch we use for camping, and it's in rough shape, so I'm not going to mess with it. So I've got the 14 out, and I'm just going to cut up the peppers like we'd want to actually eat them on a pizza. Real simple, nothing special about this. I'm sure I might have a dog coming over asking for peppers. He saw it. For some reason, he loves peppers. Yeah, that's a big pizza. Let's cut these up. I just wanted something different after Thanksgiving. I'm just going to cut this into pieces. This is all going to cook down anyways. And we like onion. So before you go, Michelle, that's a lot of onion. Not really. But I am going to get it all chopped into, like I said, more manageable bite size. And we'll get this in the cast iron and get it cooking. So I went to put it in the pan and I did not use all the onion. I used about half. So about a quarter of that big onion. And we're just going to let this cook down now. Okay, now this pan is hot. As you see, I have my rubber grip and I have a hot pad. And I'm going to keep this right here so I remember. Now, we're going to build this, and it's how you build it that'll help. If I can get this open. As always, it's difficult. So you're going to layer in, and I'm going to make a room in between. So I'm going to leave room in between the layer of pepperoni. Dax, keep your nose away. It's hot. Because when you put the dough on top, you're going to fold it down and around. So you want to leave room. Dax, hot. Swear, it's like having a bad 2-year-old some days with him. Go away. There he goes. See? Bad tooth, 2 or 3-year-old. Just give him something and, well, he's still standing here. So we're putting the pepperoni on first. You could then put the sausage on. You could put whatever you want. I have a dog really wanting pepperoni. Gonna try to... There's more than I really want, but the trick here is you're trying to create... You don't want all these holes. That's the whole reasoning behind the amount of pepperoni. So... And I'd rather have, like I said, I would rather have pepperoni than sausage. But you could create another layer with that. Now we're still putting some more things on. So let's put this. Go there. All right. Now I'm going to take the peppers and the onions. We're going to create a layer with those. This is all about layering. And as I said, this is all stuff we like. So this is kind of an easy thing for us. See how I'm getting rid of holes on this? Next is the mushrooms. And I drained it, but they're still liquid, so. And I'm going to do this the same exact way. Drain it as I go. When I was in high school, I worked at a local pizza place. And we used canned mushrooms. I mean, this was 30 plus years ago. Keep that in mind. Fresh toppings were not as popular back then. I mean, they were, but I'm in the Midwest. All right, once. And before you go, oh my God, that's a lot of mushrooms. They're going to cook down a little bit. And I like mushrooms. I think you hear that from me quite often. But I like this topping, so we're going to use it. This isn't your pizza. Put on it what you want. All right. As I said, I didn't put sausage on it. Now, take the slices, and this is why you have also the slices of provolone and the shredded. Oh, I have 5. It called for 6. It's fine. 1. Now we're going to add in our shredded. Got to find everything. All right, now how do I cut something and still miss it? There we go. So let's give this some cheese. Called for about a cup. And we do like cheese on our pizza. Now it calls for Parmesan. And I've been trying to get rid of these little bags, so I don't know if I'll use all of it, but probably not. I don't really want that much. So we'll still have some. Now we're going to open our sauce. Amazing. It worked. Back to, I never have what I need over here. I'm going to give this a stir. And I'm going to carefully put some dollops of this around. It was funny when I stopped at the store tonight to get stuff. They had a squeeze bottle. And I just had to giggle. I'm like, I don't want that brand, but I like the theory of it. So I just grabbed some sauce that I know we don't mind. And I'm just going to put it on here. And my husband and I like a saucy pizza. Not ridiculous amounts, but we do like some. It only called for about a half a cup. More dollop, and I think we got it. There we go. There we go. Yeah. This over here. And the final step, bear with me, you know I'm awful at these pop cans. There. And they make me jump. Now you could do this with homemade dough as well. I just was at my mom's late today. We were putting covers over the crawl space, trying to get it sealed up for winter because it decided to get cold here in Indiana. Now I don't want to stretch this too much. And it's already stretching. All right. So we're covering the pizza. And we're going to tuck it under, remembering the pan's warm. So be careful with your fingers. And make sure you don't have any big pockets is what I'm trying to avoid. Okay. And that is all there is to this. We are going to put this in a 400-degree oven. It claims for a half an hour. We're going to start watching it at about 15 to 20 minutes because I don't want to overcook this. All right. This is how I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to put my cutting board over the top. Put this on here because it's still warm. Grab and oh my God, flip because wow. It has been also 20 minutes. I lost a little bit of the pepperoni on this side, but otherwise, That looks pretty good. Not too bad. I'm going to scrape because it's not stuck. It just fell off. So there we go. Yum. Thanks for joining me tonight.